Hey everyone, this is Clint, and this is also the third time that I've made this video. I've been having some problem with my software, and I think I've got it worked out now. I'm not sure what it was, but I think we're in business. So I got sucked into YouTube earlier today, and I saw a video that I haven't really been all that interested in before, and it's those what would you do, like hidden camera things. Here's just so you can see what would you do. They set up a scenario in a public place with actors and then supposedly real people around, and then they gauge the people's reactions and find out what they would do. Okay, so I realize the video has been out a little while. This is the first time I've seen it, but it really struck a chord with me because you get so used to like being told that you're an awful, hateful person all the time, constantly, and feeling like there are real life repercussions because you're not towing, you're not supporting some crazy ideology that you don't even believe in. All I want to do is make videos, and I want to publish my comic Downcast, and I'm going to do that. But the difficult thing is just knowing, or you start to feel like you're going crazy, like you're losing your mind, because people like SJW Spider-Man will tell you all the time that you're a miserable, horrible, hateful, bigoted, racist Nazi. And it starts to feel like not that you start to believe this stuff. I mean, I'm no stranger to this. I knew this existed once I got into COMICSGATE, like well before. I know it's nonsense, but you start to wonder, is this really how everybody sees me? Does everybody think that COMICSGATE is just a bunch of Nazis? You don't actually see, by the way, people like SJW Spider-Man beating up on actual alt-right people or actual Nazis. And trust me, I think that these kinds of tactics are stupid for that too. It'd be better to have a reasoned debate or debunk their ideas. That's way more effective than trying to just scare people into silence. But part of the problem with Twitter and when you're dialed into these really niche things like comic books, and especially within COMICSGATE, you're really only looking at a small group of people that know what's going on. There's a whole lot more people out there that have no idea. They're just normal people living their normal lives. And if they saw this kind of stuff, I would think, a normal person, are they gonna Google COMICSGATE for the first time and look on here and then find out that SJW Spider-Man thinks that it's a hate movement, and then normal people are just gonna believe that? The truth is, you'll probably get some people that will, yes. But I don't think that most people do. I think this is so extreme that when normal people see it, they react negatively toward this kind of craziness. This is not normal. So this video made my point a little bit, so I wanted to take you through it a little bit. Basically, the way that these work, if you haven't seen them, they have two actors. So they've got this guy here in a MAGA hat. He's an actor. And then they've got this supposed restaurant owner, and he's also an actor. Everybody else is normal people, or at least they're supposed to be. I don't know how they set up these kinds of things, but that's the gist of it. They're normal people. These two are actors. Now, the idea here is the owner is going to tell the guy that just sits down with the MAGA hat that he will not serve him unless he takes off the hat. First thing, yes, this is legal. You absolutely can discriminate based off of political beliefs. You can't discriminate against protected classes. Being a Republican is not a protected class. So here's the first part, and this is the most discouraging, I guess, reaction. But it's not bad at all. Really, it's not. I would take this reaction over SJW Spider-Man nonsense anytime.
Ask you to remove your hat.
I'm not taking off the hat.
The hat is upsetting to people in this restaurant.
They don't look upset to me.
As this first set of diners get their meals,
You guys already got your food. They won't even take my order.
this woman seems to agree with our manager.
Maybe you should just remove your hat.
But I don't want to.
Okay, so that's all I'm going to play. But she, for her reaction, she was very like, just go along to get along to go along, This is, it's the mindset of a lot of people, and I'm sure there are a lot of people in the comics industry that are exactly like this. They're just, they're just trying to enjoy their meal. They don't want any trouble. Trying to make comic books, don't want any trouble. And I can understand that. That's fine. I can deal with this. It's not ideal, but I can deal with it. So that was the first reaction. Again, it's not making tons of videos and spending 14 hours a day watching live streams that you supposedly hate and clipping videos and posting nonsense and calling people names. It hasn't reached that level. Okay, so next one. These are a group of supposed millennials, and how do you think they're going to react, right? How do you think they're going to react? Well, let's see.
Yeah, they won't serve me because of my hat.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You have the right to wear that hat, yeah. Absolutely.
That's terrible.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my Lord.
We send Mike over to check on their table, and they've got some questions.
Why must you serve him? I mean, he's our president.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, and he has the right to wear that hat. Whether or not you agree with him is irrelevant. Whether or not, you should serve him. He's not doing anything to disrupt anyone here.
Boom. Okay, so they're standing up for this guy, for his right to have an opinion, an outward opinion. I know this is a fake scenario, but you hear so many times about people that, will throw a drink in someone's face or punch them in the face or whatever because they're wearing a MAGA hat. Now, I don't own a MAGA hat, but yeah, this is common sense. If somebody wants to wear it, who cares? Why do we have to live in a police state? Okay, so I liked that reaction. Next one, apparently this guy's a business owner. He's sitting at the table with another guy that's a business owner. They didn't want to be on camera, but he lets the guy have it.
Business owners in town, we patron this place. We know a lot of people who do. That can stop really quick. Stop really quick.
Boom. Okay, and he's talking to the restaurant owner, right? Basically saying, hey, I know a lot of business. We're going to boycott your place if you do that. Now, keep in mind, this is not... This is in California. It's not, it didn't take place in LA or something like that. I bet you'd get a slightly different reaction. They picked a location in California that was more evenly divided, I guess, or split up. So this makes me feel good. This is how normal people react when they see SJW nonsense, social terrorism. And this was my favorite reaction of them all. A whole bunch of ladies, and the restaurant owner says that the hat is misogynist, racist, homophobic, xenophobic, all the litany of stuff, and this reaction is just priceless.
This restaurant.
They're shocked and angry.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He just said that.
You've got to be kidding
We
me.
should all get up and leave.
And they act quickly.
Should all get up and leave. I'll leave.
Come on, let's go. We're out. We'll
He
find him.
told him
Yep, he will not serve him.
He just told me.
Let's go. Come on. I would never stay here. That's it. You're making him leave? You won't serve him?
We won't serve him while he's wearing a hat that represents those.
Represents what?
Represents.
Make American great again. That's
Boom. I love this reaction. My favorite one. They're so outraged because this is ridiculous. This is what normal people do when they see SJW nonsense. The normal way to react is to be disgusted with it, to be shocked and surprised that people actually act that way. Now, this is a made-up scenario. It's not that far from reality, though, because there's plenty of video out there of people doing just awful things when they see somebody wearing a MAGA hat. But what about COMICSGATE? I have on my Twitter profile COMICSGATE. It's in my profile. I've got a YouTube channel. I talk about COMICSGATE all the time. It's the same thing. So, I don't know. To me, this was nice because I start to think, man, does everybody think I'm this just awful creep? When I had Ethan on my stream, he said something similar that, sometimes he just looks in the mirror and he thinks, man, am I going crazy? The truth is no, because you've got blinders on and you're seeing this really narrow view. You're hearing this kind of stuff all of the time. Normal people aren't like this. This isn't normal. I have really high hopes that we'll be able to reach out farther and farther and get more normies to at least see what's happening in the comics industry And the reaction is going to be this. It's going to be disgust. Because of how extreme it is. So I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. What are your thoughts? How could we get more normies involved in comics and expose this garbage? And if you want to support the channel, there are a few things you can do. You can like, subscribe, and I'm a comic book writer, and I'm working on this comic, Downcast. And I've got in the description below, I've got a link to the mailing list, and you can just enter your email address, and that'll do two things. One, it'll give you a free ebook that I wrote and published in 2013, and two, it will get you on my mailing list. That way you'll be the first to know when it's available for you to get, so that'll be great. So thank you everyone, and I will see you next time.